Hey, Pastor Julian here with Central's devotion for today. I hope you, your family, your friends are all doing well. We're going to take a look at King Hezekiah. And just to give you a little bit of background, King Hezekiah was a king of Judah. Way back when Israel started with kings, and they got their first king, who was King Saul, and they got a second king, and the greatest king, who was King David. Then after that was King Solomon, who was King Solomon the Wise. That was David's son. But idolatry and all kinds of negative stuff came into Israel at the time, and there was all this infighting. And so Israel split into two kingdoms. Actually, I should go like this. The northern kingdom, which was Israel, and the southern kingdom, which was Judah. And Jerusalem was the capital of Judah, and that's where King Hezekiah had his kingdom as at the capital in Jerusalem. So I'm going to read to you from 2 Kings 18 verses 1 to 3. 2 Kings 18 verses 1 to 3. This is what it says. In the 3rd year of Hoshea, son of Elah, king of Israel, that is the northern kingdom, Hezekiah, the son of Ahaz, king of Judah, began to reign. That's the southern kingdom, Judah. He was 25 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 29 years in Jerusalem. His mother's name was Abi, the daughter of Zechariah, and he did what was right in the eyes of the Lord, according to all that David his father had done. Now, what's important for you to understand here is that David isn't Hezekiah's birth father. When we're talking about David, his father is talking about King David, the greatest king of Israel. That's who it's referring to. And we're not going to get into too much about Hezekiah, but we are going to focus on what's the most important thing about Hezekiah, and that is what's listed in verse 3. And he did what was right in the eyes of the Lord, according to all that David, his father, had done. And I bring that up because King Hezekiah was different from many of the other kings, including his dad, because as they announce the reign of each king, they say, and he did not do what was right in the eyes of the Lord. And so you see all these kings that were not doing what was right in the eyes of the Lord. And they invited in all these idols from other countries. And they worshiped them and sacrificed to them. And they built high places for these gods. They stopped following what Moses had taught them in the law to do. And they even started worshiping. They even started worshiping some of the elements from the artifacts from ancient days, such as the bronze serpent staff of Moses, which he raised up to heal those who were bit by snakes when they were out in the wilderness. And so they were worshiping it and sacrificing to this staff of Moses. And so what King Hezekiah did, because his dad was so bad, okay? And he was so into this cultic worship and not worshiping the one true God. His dad actually sacrificed Hezekiah's brother. He sacrificed one of his children and burned him to one of these fake gods. But Hezekiah was not like his dad. He was different. He surrendered to the God of the universe, the one and only God, the God of Israel and Judah. And he destroyed the high places, the temples. He even destroyed that bronze serpent staff. So the people were forced to come and refix their eyes on God and worship him. And Hezekiah honored God and loved him and prayed to him. And God blessed Hezekiah in some great ways, especially through the miracle of keeping the Assyrian army at bay. The huge Assyrian army who was about to invade and take over Judah. He delivered Hezekiah and Judah from it because of Hezekiah's faithfulness to him. So here's what I want you to understand today. What is going to be said about your life when it comes to an end and maybe somebody writes about you? Are they going to say that you did what was right in the eyes of the Lord? Or are they going to say that you did not do what was right in the eyes of the Lord? I want to be known as someone who did what was right in the eyes of the Lord. And that's something for you to consider. Whenever you make a decision, whatever you might do, is this right in the eyes of the Lord? Bam! And we're in a different place. My computer overheated, and so I needed to move. I am inside just so I can say, God bless you and have a great day.